Hey, what is going on, guys? Thanks for checking out this video, My Sports Gematria. In this video, I'm going to go over the NBA games for Tuesday, May 4th, 2021. I'm going to show you highlights for each side, and it's going to be up to you to determine who you think will win based on the numbers. I encourage you to add additional information on top of this if needed for you to feel confident in your own pick. And if for whatever reason you're curious to know who I'm picking, you'll have to join my Patreon where my picks are always in writing, underlined, and italicized. For more information on that, please read the description of this video. I wish you guys the best of luck in your picks today. Let's go ahead and get to the games. We are looking at the Suns versus the Cavs, Hornets and Pistons, Nets, Bucks, Mavericks and the Heat, Warriors, Pelicans, Kings, Thunder, and Raptors and the Clippers. We are coming up on the last 8 to 10 games for these teams. Season's winding down. About a week and a half left, maybe two. Have my daily numbers on this side. Date numerology, Gregorian, Hebrew calendar. Game numbers on this side. Got the away team up top. Coach record, Suns record. Head to head in the middle. Home team at the bottom. Coach record, Cavs record. So let's go ahead and start with the Cavs. If the Cavs were going to win this game, I guess I would guess it would be an upset. If Cavs were to upset the Suns, it'd be because of the number 14 maybe. Today has 14 date numerology on the Gregorian. The word 14 sums to 112. The Cavs coach, he can get his 112th regular season win for his career as the Cavs sit on 43 losses for the season with a win, and 43 is the 14th prime number. The Suns, they would get their 19th loss for the season, and 14 sums to 41 and 40, just like the word 19 sums to 41 and 40. So they share that in common. And this is Cavs' only chance to possibly get revenge on the Suns. This is the second and last head-to-head matchup between these two teams. And Suns are either going to sweep them 2-0 or Cavs are going to get revenge and become 1-1 like an 11. I don't have any direct connections to 11 as of right now, other than maybe Cavs also sitting on 66 all-time head-to-head losses against the Suns with the win. 66 is the 11th triangular number. And also today has 50 date numerology, and 50 sums to 66. So they can go ahead and sit on that 66. Maybe it connects with the 11. Well, I guess I could say 11. 11 sums to 27 in two of the four base ciphers. They would tie 1-1 head-to-head as the Cavs coach gets his 27th win regular season for his career. He can also get his 50th loss for his career as a coach for Cavs regular season, 50 date numerology. Suns would become 22-9 on the road if they went ahead and beat the Cavs. 229 or 229 is the 50th prime number. And Suns, they can go ahead and sweep the Cavs 2-0, like 20, as the Cavs get their 20th home loss while picking up their 7th loss in a row for this season. And the number 7 sums to 20. Also, Suns, they could get their 47th win for the season. Speaking of the number 50, 47 sums to 50 as well. Hornets and the Pistons. Hornets coach, I would think, is going to determine this maybe. It is the 118th all-time head-to-head matchup between these two teams. And the Hornets coach, he can sit on 118 regular season losses as a coach for the Hornets with the win. He would get his 104th regular season win for his career today with 14 date numerology, 14 sums to 104. Today also has 30 date numerology on the Gregorian, as well as 50 sums to 30. And the Hornets could sweep the Pistons 3-0 like 30. And the Pistons would get their 47th loss for the season. We just talked about this number 47, potentially with the Suns. 47 written out, sums to 50. It is 50 date numerology on the Gregorian. So that would be the Hornets for the win. But there is an interesting 34 pattern. You can probably see it highlighted. Hornets could get their 34th loss for the season in their 34th away game for the season. If that were to happen, their coach would get his 139th regular season loss as a coach for his career. And 139 is the 34th prime number. On top of that, it's the Hornets' 65th game for this season. And 65 spelled out, sums to 139, the 34th prime number. So the Hornets coach, he has a win and or a loss narrative either way. Pistons, that 47. They could get their 20th win. And well, it's their 31st home game. So 31st home game, Hornets 34th away game. Hornets would become 31-34 with the loss. So Hornets better watch out there. Anything else? 60, 32, 33. Hornets would get their 20th away loss as the Pistons get their 20th win for the season. So is Pistons going to get one win against the Hornets, or is the Hornets going to sweep, basically? I mean, it is the 30th. It has the 30-date numerology on there. So we'll see sooner or later what happens. Time will tell. Nets versus the Bucks. The Bucks beat the Nets on Sunday. This is now the 179th regular season head-to-head matchup between these two teams. And 179 is the 41st prime number, and Bucks could get their 41st win for this season. My only problem with that is on Sunday it was the 193rd all-time head-to-head matchup, which is the 44th prime number, and the Nets did not get their 44th win for the season. So why would the Bucks get their 41st win for the season in the 179th regular season head-to-head matchup? 179, the 41st prime number. What makes one better than the other? Why, if 179 goes here, why didn't the 44 go there? And you can argue that, well, if the 44 hit here for the Nets on Sunday, then Bucks wouldn't be lined up to get their 41st on the 179th. So, yeah, so it was an either or, I guess, depending on what you believe on how these things are scripted. You can look at it both ways. And today it does have 14 date numerology on the Gregorian. 14 sums to 40 and 41. And Bucks can go from 40 to 41 wins for the season. They would go from 112 to 113 all-time head-to-head wins against the Nets. 14 sums to 112 today with 30 date numerology as well. 113 is the 30th prime number. Nets would sit on 43 wins with the loss. 43 the 14th prime number. Bucks, they would get their 104th regular season head-to-head win against the Nets. 14 sums to 104 as well. So it looks like all four of these numbers could be relatively within use for 14 in this game. I'm also inclined to think maybe Bucks would sit on 21 home wins with the loss, just because Nets could become 2-1 head-to-head against. And then Nets would get their 19th away win as they sit on 14 road losses. And I've talked about 19 already with in relation to the number 14. They both sum to 41 and 40 in Gematria, so they have that connection. And then I guess if Nets were going to sit on that 22, I would think it would be because of the Hebrew. 22nd day of the second month, 222. Outside of that, oh yeah, and Bucks, they could get their 25th loss for this season. 25 spelt out sums to 50. 50 date numerology on the Gregorian. So it's just this gonna be one of those things where it's just the opposite of Sunday. Bucks win on Sunday, Nets win in this game, or was it set up to where Nets did not get their 44th in the 193rd all-time head-to-head, which is the 44th prime, because they wanted to set up the 179 regular season, the 41st prime, for the Bucks to get their 41st win, and that wouldn't happen if the Bucks would have lost on Sunday. So maybe that's the thing. So time will tell. Mavericks versus the Heat. We got some 14s going on here. Heat can get their 43rd all-time head-to-head win against the Mavericks, which is the 14th prime number. Mavericks would get their 14th road loss to go with it. And then Mavericks would also get their 29th loss for the season. And 29, we've talked about the number 47. We mentioned the number 25. I gotta get some water. Hold on. Talked about the number 25. And then now we can talk about the number 29. All three of these numbers, 47, 25, 29, are identical in all four base ciphers. They all sum to 50. Today has 50 date numerology on the Gregorian. So Mavericks could get their 29th loss. That's a potential as they get their 14th road loss. And then Heat would get the 43rd all-time, the 14th prime. Heat could also get their 37th regular season head-to-head win against the Mavericks as they sit on 30 losses for the season. Today with 30 date numerology, 30 sums to 37. And so Heat could get that revenge, become 1-1 head-to-head against the Mavericks. It is the Heat's 66th game for the season. 66 is the 11th triangular number. But at the same time, maybe Mavericks want to go for the sweep. I mean, the Heat's not that good of a team, but neither is the Mavericks. I think they both kind of stink. Oh, who am I kidding? I think all these teams are trash. Every single one of these NBA teams are trash. Mavericks. They could go ahead and sweep the Heat, get their 20th road win for the season as they become 2-0 head-to-head against the Heat, like 20 with the sweep. Mavericks would get their 37th win for the season. Again, 30 date numerology, 30 sums to 37. So there's two different 37s on the board. One of them favors the Heat, one of them favors the Mavericks. Write it on a coin, take a flip. There you go, that's your pick. I didn't really see a whole lot for the coaches. I'll have to continue to look at them. I might look over them again. Nothing really jumped out at me for them. But he can get their 20th. So if there is a number for 20, Mavs 20 at the road, go 2-0. He could get their 20th home win, but I don't see what else would connect with that on their side. They could sit on 14 home losses with the win as they get their 20th home win. 14 date numerology on the Gregorian. So 14 and 30 date numerology, they can sit on 30 and 14 losses with a win, potentially. But don't sleep on Mavericks. Maybe they do something tricky. The last few weeks, last few games of the NBA season, they're always all the teams that have to win won't win, and the teams that probably should just quit right now. We'll probably win some games. Warriors versus the Pelicans. So the Warriors beat the Pelicans yesterday in their arena marvel of heroes, whatever that was. Today, Warriors can do it again if they wanted to, I guess. Warriors seem to have beat them yesterday pretty easily. But if Warriors were going to lose, I guess it would be because of the number 66 and 33. It's the 66th game for the Warriors, 66 Pelicans game for the Pelicans. The Warriors can become 33-33 for a season record with a loss. 33 sums to 66. Today with 50 date numerology, 50 sums to 66. It's the Warriors coach's 541st regular season game, which is the 100th prime number, 30 date numerology. 30 sums to 100. But 541, 415. I was looking for some type of anagram with that, but I didn't see any. Is Pelicans going to get some revenge for losing yesterday? I don't know. Pelicans could get their 30th win for the season on a day with 30 date numerology. But of course, the number 30 sums to 37, and they could just go ahead and get their 37th loss for the season as well. They would sit on 29 wins. Talked about the number 29, talked about the number 47, talked about the number 25. All three are identical in all four base ciphers. All three sum to 50. Today with 50 date numerology. If Warriors win, they become 15-21 for a road record. I know that's a prime number, I think, or a triangular number. Oh, no, a square. So 1521 has a square root of 39. I don't know what it directly connects to, if anything, but I just wanted to bring that up just in case somebody had thought something. Just in case it triggers a bell in your mind. Warriors could sit on 14 road wins with the loss as they get their 22nd road loss on the 22nd day of the second month for the Hebrew, like 22-2-2. There's some potential there. Kings and the Thunder, two teams nobody should really even care. These teams are garbage. Thunder, they could get their 22nd win for the season. 22nd day of the second month on the Hebrew. 2-2-2-2-2-2. Kings have a 33 pattern that can go in their favor or against them. Thunder, they would get their 156 all-time head-to-head win against the Kings. Kings 33rd away game. The words 33 sum to 156. Kings coach would sit on 156 wins regular season with the loss. This being his 137th regular season game as a coach for the Kings, which is the 33rd prime number. And that would be against the Kings. But at the same time, Kings could pick up their 28th win for the season, and 28 sums to 156 as well. So maybe the 33 is direct with the 156 here and the 156 here, or it's more indirect with the 28 here. Both 28 and 33 sum to 156. If Kings do win, they would get their 14th away win, 14 date numerology on the Gregorian. So there is some numbers there for them. And for the Thunder, if they were to lose, they would get their 45th loss for the season and their 34th home game. What do these two numbers have in common? It's the number 9. Thunder would sit on 9 wins, home wins with the loss. 34, the 9th Fibonacci. 45, the 9th triangular number. Raptors and the Clippers, last game of the night. Raptors have an upset narrative, potentially. The coach for the Raptors can get his 139th win regular season for his career. I don't know why he would they would even try in this game. They're not going to make the playoffs or even the play-in tournament. Why would you want to? Just go on vacation or something. Go on vacation early. But anyway, 139, the 34th prime. Raptors 34th away game. Clippers 34th home game. So there's that upset narrative right there. Clippers would become 24-10 at home with a loss. It's the 124th day on the Gregorian, a day with 241 left. 124, 241. Clippers can become 24-10 at home with the loss. Ba-dum bum bum. 34th home, 34th away, 139 the 34th prime. Clippers would sit on 43 wins for the season. 43 is the 14th prime. 14 date numerology on the Gregorian. But I'm going to spoil your fun of a potential upset and make it harder for you to decide. It's the 22nd day of the second month on the Hebrew religious. Clippers could sit on 22 losses for the season with the win as they get their 22nd all-time head-to-head win against the Raptors. If we spell out 22, it sums to 39. Raptors would get their 39th loss for the season. And their coach would get his 82nd regular season loss for his career, 82. Sums to 51 and 111 and 39, I might add. And today does have 51 and 111 date numerology on the Hebrew civil. And then the Clippers coach here would sit on 105 regular season losses with the win, 105. 105 is the 14th triangular number. So hopefully this helps. Hopefully it wasn't too long of a video. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.